Hey guys, this is Vention. I was just noticing that we had a little pop in the price, the Bitcoin price that is, and it's like, it looks almost as if the major part of the market is just hodlers, and we just take our Bitcoins and throw them in cold storage and then go on with our life. But there's some serious big whales out there that just seem to slam the price up or down however they wish, and probably they slam the price down trying to scare hodlers like us, and then when they feel that they've pushed the market down and got rid of the weak hands, and then they turn around and just instantly, they probably have big teams of them all working together, and then blammo, they push the price up. And then all the people who sold or started decreasing their Bitcoin holdings to sell, and then those people then turn around and FOMO back in, and it's a way of transferring wealth from professional traders to, from regular people like us to actual professional traders who do that sort of thing, for a living. But man, check it out. It's just like down, it's just like fairly equal, then suddenly bam, just big hammer, and then then it started dropping off a little bit, then bam, and then bam again, and then it started dropping down, and then they just slammed it back up again. I'll tell you guys, I just can't predict this shit. So the only thing I do is just when I get paid, I pay my bills, and then I basically just dump some of the rest into Bitcoins and go on with my life. It's it's just the only way regular people like us pretty much can win at this game, is to just not play their game, and just and on the times when it's really down like this, we might want to bust our butt a little harder and try to buy a little bit more, but as far as waiting to buy, when it was up at 1900 or 19,000, I just kept buying. I just kept taking my surplus income, and after I paid all my bills and a good amount of spending money for the month, and just dumped the rest into Bitcoins, and that's basically the only way I can do it. So the only way I can win is to do what I've done in the past, which is to just throttle back your spending, don't eat out as much, buy your cell phone outright, and then get a really cheap plan like I do. I go through H2O. I pay $30 a month for unlimited talk and text plus 8 gigs of data, which is plenty, and I have my cars paid off, and I fix them myself, and basically just do whatever you can to save as much money as possible. Time in this respect is your friend, right? Because money and wealth is like this big huge river that just flows through your life, and most people have what I call money diarrhea. They, some friends of mine, they make more than I do, and yet they spend every last dime, and man, it's a tough deal. It would be hard to live that way. They all have families, so they're investing in the future in a way that I am not, but they basically they don't have any money at all left over at the end of the day. Some of them are into Bitcoins now, though, so they are accumulating Bitcoins, so I am optimistic for them over the long haul. but as far as, yeah, they spend every penny they get. So if you can make a habit of just diverting a little bit of that money over, you know, into your own little reservoir, and then allow time to roll forward, that reservoir will fill, and then you'll start finding ways of making money from that money through investments, and then you'll have more financial stability, and it's really a better way to live. So yeah, don't have money diarrhea. Think long term, as the Bitcoin Meister always says. So I just thought I would point this out. And just a moment. Oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to cover, and that's Steemit and DTube, right? Basically, our enemies are the people who run YouTube and Google. They are clearly our enemies. What they want to do is destroy masculinity. They want to destroy men. They want to depower men. They want us disarmed. They want us socialized and full of estrogen and unresistant to what their big wet dream, which is to like wrap the whole world into a big tyranny, which they control, right? And that their dream is definitely not something you or I would want. But so they control YouTube and Google and Disney and you know, of course, most of Silicon Valley. They control the banking system. They control the central banks. So when Disney starts spewing out bullshit like The Last Jedi, and then they start losing money as a result, because no social justice warriors are not going to buy those little action figurines and little toy spaceships, you know, from Star Wars. And if they make it such a shitty movie like they did, regular Star Wars fans aren't going to be buying that shit either, right? So they're going to be losing money, but it doesn't appear that they care. The same group of people who run Disney are the same group of people who run the central banks and the Bank of International Settlements, that just have the ability to just create all the money they want out of nothing. And those people are our enemies, clearly. So and every time you mention those sort of things and get obnoxious about it, maybe, they do whatever they can. They first troll the shit out of you, and then they start flagging your videos, and eventually you lose your monetization, which isn't a threat to me because my videos aren't monetized. And then eventually they close your channel, and your voice, your ability to speak, is silenced, right? That is why I'm such a big fan of DTube and Steemit, because man, if we can break our addiction to YouTube and start having DTube and Steemit be more of where the MGTOWs are hanging out, and the MRAs and people like that, and the freedom-oriented people, then if we have those other platforms and we're established on those other platforms, then what's the point? You know, from Disney's point of view, right, or Google's point of view, what's the point of closing us down on YouTube? Because we'll just be elsewhere and we won't be silenced, right? So the bigger presence we have on YouTube and Steemit, the less likely, the less incentive they will have to close us down. But even if they do close us down, that's not a problem, because we've got the other platform, you know. So that's what I really want to do, is to really establish myself, and I'm gonna sound the alarm and try to get other MGTOWs to post on Steemit and DTube, because man, we're at the mercy of Google and YouTube right now, and that feminist woman who runs YouTube, we are at their mercy, and they have no mercy. So the wisest thing for us to do is to start moving in to DTube and Steemit, and then we'll have a better situation, and we'll have a stronger bargaining position. So that is why I'm really hot for doing that. So that's why I'm going to attempt to to upload this video to DTube. I tried it last year, but I just couldn't make it work. Now I'm going to try it again and see if I can do that. And if that's the case, I'm not sure if I'll post it on YouTube or not. So, okay guys, and don't get married.